Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day. Dr. Dillon and I decided to tag team this video about sleep. Well, if I can wake Dr. Dillon up, that is. Apparently he didn't get a good night's sleep last night. Many facets of sleep are important, but today we're going to talk about just two. How sleep helps your body restore itself,
and how the positions you sleep in affect your overall health.
Sleep is so important and crucial to balancing our bodies. It is every bit as important as food and water and should be considered a vital nutrient. We all need it, especially our children. When my kids were babies and toddlers, my husband would say I was a fanatic about our kids staying on their sleep schedules. Truth is, I'm still kind of that way, and my kids are teenagers. I have mellowed out a little bit, but if I'm honest, not all that much.
So let's dive into why sleep is so important. Across all the studies, it's generally recommended that adults get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. This is because there's so much happening in your body when you sleep. If you short yourself on sleep consistently, you're going to eventually begin to lose your health.
Sleep is vital to your overall health and balance because your body is restoring itself during sleep. During the first 4 hours, your body is restoring bodily systems and flushing toxins that you've taken in throughout the day or produced. During the second 3 to 4 hours, your brain is processing and storing memories and rejuvenating itself. Have you ever wondered why when you don't get enough sleep you have brain fog in the morning? This is why. Your brain hasn't had enough time to restore itself.
Speaking of the brain, remember when we have subluxations, or those misalignments in your spine? They affect how well the messages coming from the brain reach the rest of the body. Sleeping in optimal positions can help you avoid subluxations, thereby improving your sleep quality and your overall health.
Not getting enough sleep or poor quality sleep has been linked to numerous chronic health conditions, such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, mood disorders, alcohol abuse, and immune function. Now that you know in general what is happening when you sleep, I'm sure you can understand why. If your body can't restore its systems and flush toxins taken in throughout the day, it's not shocking to see how disease can develop.
So there's several different positive steps that you can take either through routine habits or just sleep positions to improve your overall sleep. Remember, everyone's body's different, so we would encourage you to experiment with these positive steps just to see if you can improve your sleep quality and duration.
Keep your room as dark as possible. Your eyes have sensors that recognize light and dark, helping you feel awake in the morning and sleepy at night.
That's a really great tip.
Yeah.
I'm huge on routine, both in the morning, I'm going to cover mine in another video, and in pre-sleep. So I recommend that at least 5 days a week you have a set time that you try to begin whatever your ideal sleep routine is. Set a timer on your phone if you need to, but our bodies are like computers, so doing similar things each night before you sleep is a surefire way to set you up for sleeping success. We do this for our kids every night too. Our routine is after dinner, it's bath, book, bed. There's plenty of details in between, but that's the general structure of our kids' pre-sleep routine.
As part of that pre-sleep routine, eliminate your blue screen exposure. Cell phones, iPads, e-readers, TVs, computers, 30 to 60 minutes before going to sleep. Blue screens inhibit the production of melatonin, the all-important sleep hormone. Now some people can fall asleep easily after watching TV or reading on their Kindle, so that's not necessarily the problem. It's the quality of sleep and the ability to stay asleep that are affected. Some great things you can do in that 30 to 60 minutes are read a book, meditate, take a bath, or prepare for the next day like food prep or laying out your clothes.
Those are great tips, Amy, but I also want to be realistic and honest too. Not every person watching this is going to follow our lead 100%. It just happens. You might even be watching this video while in bed right now. If you insist on being on your phone, computer, or even just looking down at a book, there's 2 easy tips that would be good if you're sitting. Just put a pillow on your lap. This is going to raise your phone and take some stress off your neck and upper back. If you're laying in bed and you just can't get comfy while on your phone or reading a book, try laying on your stomach with the pillow under your chest. This is going to force you to hold your head up in extension, which should help to strengthen your neck in the opposite direction of what's happening when you're looking down like this.
Stop eating at least 2 hours before you go to bed. This isn't new information, I know, but it isn't taken seriously enough. Digestion is the single most energy-sucking process in your body. When you eat in the 2 hours before going to sleep, your body is forced to spend some sleep time digesting your food. So now you're depriving yourself of that all-important restoration time.
So true. People who exercise and stretch regularly have been shown to sleep more soundly. In fact, another great thing to do in your pre-sleep routine is to stretch. Now again, we know that not everyone's going to stretch before bed, so just one thing that you can do is simply roll up a towel, like this one right here, and lay it underneath your neck. And do the same thing underneath the small of your low back. This will be a nice gentle stretch for the muscles and ligaments of your neck and low back, and is great to lay on for a few minutes. I recommend at least 12 deep diaphragmatic breaths going in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can do this stretch on the floor or even lay in bed on them all night if it's comfortable. The point of this is to turn your brain off with a healthy activity and get yourself ready for rest.
Speaking of getting yourself ready for rest, you should move the television out of your bedroom. I once heard someone say the bedroom should only be for sleeping and making love. There's a lot of truth to this. Watching television is a major distraction from actually communicating with your significant other. Sex boosts the production of oxytocin and decreases the production of cortisol, making you feel more relaxed and apt to fall asleep.
Be careful with this one though, guys, and don't try any new positions without first warming up, and make sure you're well hydrated.
Speaking of hydration, drink half your body weight in ounces of water each day. Water helps flush your system of the toxins produced by bodily systems or taken in throughout the day, and this makes restoration during sleep easier.
Also, you should increase your intake of magnesium, either through your diet or just through supplementation, right? Magnesium deficiency can lead to sleep and muscle problems like cramping, or spasms too even. It can also even affect your digestion.
Well, what do you think, Dr. Dillon? Is that enough for one video?
It's close. I think it's really close. If you didn't get at least just one action step from this short video, I suggest that you watch it again, really. But we're going to wrap this up with showing you some of the best and most common sleep positions, okay? So the best position to be sleeping on is on your back with a pillow underneath your head. We recommend a thin pillow underneath your head. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of memory foam, but comfort is the most important thing, so I would rather you be comfortable than awake all night striving for that best sleep posture, so keep that in mind. When sleeping on your back, I even like to throw a pillow underneath my knees, like this. Perfect. Underneath my knees. This is going to relax your hip flexors and take the stress off your low back as well. Sometimes putting pillows underneath the elbows can actually take some of the stress off your shoulders and help with tingling and numbness, as well as making it more difficult for you to roll over in your sleep. So it might be something to try. Side sleeping is actually the second most comfortable position for the spine. And what I recommend you do with that, to put you in as neutral a posture as possible, is to lay with just a body pillow between your knees, hugging it, like Amy is right here. That's going to put your shoulders in a better position, and you can use part of that pillow between your knees, like I just mentioned, to keep the stress off of the hips and the low back. Now, one of the worst positions to be in is your stomach, but it's probably one of the most common. So here's a comfortable position that you can at least try, okay? I recommend a very thin pillow for the head and laying on top of your body pillow like Amy's doing right now. This idea may seem a little weird, but it usually feels really good for certain types of low back pains, and it can also help to keep the stress off of your neck while still allowing you to get a decent night's sleep. The final position that you could try is simple. It's no pillow, lay face up on your back, use nothing but those rolled up towels we talked about before.
Now we know we've given you a lot of stuff to try in this video, so hopefully you see how important sleep is to our health. Don't be overwhelmed. It's not like you have to try all of these things. How about you try one item from the positive steps and one item from the sleep positions and see how it goes. As always, the best way to find what works best for you is to experiment.
Thanks for listening, guys. Happy experimenting and keep smiling.